Hi guys, today I want to talk about fear, and in this video I'm going to share with you a few things that I did to push past my fear. So fear is something that I've dealt with all my life, but a fear that's left unchallenged can really chain you, and it really confines you and cages you. It really limits your potential. You can't just run away from fear, you have to move through it. It's really only been during the last couple of years that I've been starting to move through my fears. And if I let myself be caged by fear, I would never be able to share my passion and my gifts of teaching. So while one of my biggest passions is teaching and educating, one of my biggest fears is imposter syndrome and judgment. Those two really don't go hand in hand, do they? In fact, they can be a little bit problematic. Okay, so let's start, it was 4 years ago. It was the beginning of 2016. I was a fairly new yoga teacher, and I was going to go with my girlfriend to the Yoga Expo in Pasadena. We had already been to a few of the sessions that were on offer, and we'd arrived at our afternoon session, I think it was, and the teacher did not show up. There was a little bit of a kind of hum and a buzz around the room about 5 to 10 minutes in, because we knew at that point that the teacher was not showing up, and basically they were asking for anybody there who was a yoga teacher to perhaps take this session. And at this point I'd been a yoga teacher for maybe like 5 months. So I was still fairly green as a yoga teacher. My friend was kind of nudging me on to kind of get up there and have a go, but my little voice inside my head was like, no, 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 you're not good enough, you're not good enough. I was just about to kind of go, okay, this is it, this is my opportunity, here we go. And someone raised a hand and was like, okay, I'm a yoga teacher. And if you know anything about yoga teachers, there's kind of like 2 levels or grades of yoga teachers. There's a 200-hour certification and then a 500-hour certification. I had just passed my 200 like the previous year, and this lady was a RYT 500. And I was like, okay, you're way more qualified than I am, you got this. And I left that session so mad at myself for letting my fear control me. I felt like I'd literally made one of the biggest mistakes of my life, and I left feeling that I'd missed the opportunity of a lifetime. So I basically threw myself into my work. I taught every yoga class that came my way to get experience. I did my RYT 500. I did lots of workshops online. I did in-person workshops. I also pushed myself, and I went to educate other people. I assisted in the teacher training program that we have at the yoga studio, and then eventually I became part of the faculty who trained the new yoga teachers. I taught workshops, and I just started my newsletter, I started my YouTube, I started a Patreon. I just pushed myself to the limit. I just said yes to every opportunity that came my way. And then a few months ago I noticed that the Yoga Expo had applications to present at the Expo. And I figured, let's go, let's do this, say yes. So I applied to teach what I love, what I know, and what I am passionate about. And they said yes. Ah! After a moment of panic, I was like, yeah, here we go, this is your reward, you've done it. Moving through fear has never felt so good. Am I still afraid? Hell yeah. Who's not afraid? You show me someone who's not afraid, and that's someone who's not taking chances. So I am presenting at the Yoga Expo in Pasadena in January 2020. I really hope you can join me. It is a absolutely fabulous expo. There's tons of classes throughout the whole day. There's so much to choose from. There's a big expo, there's vendors, there's presenters, there's just so many like-minded yoga people. It is fantastic. The session that I'm going to be teaching combines yoga and somatics, and it is called Slow Your Roll, which I'm super excited about. It's where you get to change your work out to a work in and really be in the experience of yoga, not the expectation. This is not a yoga flow class. This is suitable for all levels, and you can just be in your body. So I want you to think about your fear. What is holding you back from having the life that you really want? What biggest regret do you have because of your fear? And what baby steps can you take to move through that fear? You're not eliminating it, because I don't think that's ever really possible. What you're doing is allowing yourself the opportunity to embrace it and move through it. I really don't think it's about eliminating fear. I'm still scared as hell of what other people think. I'm still scared of being put on the spot. I'm still scared of not being enough. There's still times when I'm in workshops and I'm presenting that I'm like, do they even know who I am? Why are they paying me for this? Imposter syndrome is very real, and we need to learn to push through it. So, think about your fears. Think about the times that your fear might come to you and you're just like a deer in headlights, and just raise your middle finger to it and just go and do it anyway. So think about times when fear has held you back, and realize that a life of fear leads to regret. That's not something that we want. That's not something that I want. It is better to have fear and move through it than to have regret of having not even tried. And with that, if you are in the Los Angeles area in January, then join me at the Yoga Expo. And spend some time today actually thinking about your fears and some baby steps to push you through those fears. Until next time, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so that you get alerts when I upload a video. Plus, it helps the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how all of that works, but apparently it does. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!